Hello, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. So this one is going to be all about empowering women on their homestead journey, whether you are a beginner or maybe you have started to dabble a little bit. It is going to be called Homesteading Her Way. So this YouTube channel will be based around women wanting to start learning how to homestead. I currently work full-time as a lab assistant at a local urgent care, and I have a family of 5, including myself, that I obviously care for. I have a multitude of different animals, lots of different birds, turkeys, ducks, guineas, that I take care of, as well as goats, pigs, cows, and I also have a full-fledged garden that I'm caring for, and sometimes it can feel like a lot. So I started this YouTube channel to kind of niche down a little bit, and I wanted to be more female-based because I feel like sometimes people don't quite understand how many things that we actually do have on our plate, how overwhelming it gets trying to get everything done, let alone adding more things to your house. And learning to be more self-sufficient can be very overwhelming in itself, not to mention having to take care of yourself, your mental mindset, your physical health, and then taking care of the kids on top of it can get kind of crazy. So if you want to learn more about homesteading and are curious to see if you could make this lifestyle work, or if you're just looking for a little bit of positivity in your life, follow my channel for more. This is my very first video. I plan on making a video a week or so, just so I don't overwhelm myself, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in the comments. I have been teaching about homesteading for, let's see here, almost a year. I've been teaching. I have another YouTube channel, and it hasn't been super successful, and I think it's just because I've never niched down. I just kind of talk a little bit about everything, you know, gardening to meal prep to canning to taking care of animals, and then of course your mental mindset. And so it makes it kind of hard for YouTube to know where to put my videos, and that's okay. I'm not an expert in all things, but I'm definitely an apprentice in many. Having a homestead and having to learn how to take care of animals, you are kind of forced to learn a little bit about everything. And then of course, as a mother, you know, I'm a baker, a cooker, I meal prep a lot, and so I have a lot of knowledge in that area as well. So just let me know what you guys are all interested in. I really do like to teach, and I like to help people, and I like to live by the saying that even if I help just one person, that it's all worth it. And that's what I like to go by. So it's okay that I don't have a lot of followers, as long as I have one genuine one that needed the help and I'm able to assist in. That is definitely a win. Right now, I am just harvesting some grapes off the vine. I am not planning on eating these. I share with my animals, so I'm going to go give these to all of my ducks and my birds, and of course, my pet pig Pumpkin loves them. I do have a husband. I am happily married, have been for about 10 years or so, and he is completely on board with all of my endeavors. He completely supports me. And another reason why I wanted to start this female-based account is because in my last YouTube videos, I've had a hard time trying to figure out who I'm talking to, like who is my audience, because I may have 18-year-olds that just want to learn how to bake bread. I might have 40-year-old men that are like, what kind of DIY project is she doing? And so I had a hard time talking to the camera, to you. And I didn't know how to word things. I was trying to work off of a script, and that didn't work out for me. And so I'm starting this hoping that being able to, knowing who I'm talking to as a woman who gets rather busy, that sometimes needs the help of another woman just to talk to because she knows what I'm going through, that you guys will find solace in my videos, and I know exactly who I'm talking to, and I will actually be able to help you in my own words. Okay, let's go give these grapes to the duckies. Oh, it's getting a little, it's not exactly warm out here today. I live in the PNW, and we actually had a rainstorm last night. I was woken up at like 1:30 in the morning to a complete downpour, which is very abnormal in the month of July around here. It is like desert weather. We have lots of fires because everything's so dry. And so it's really humid today. It's just kind of sticky. Trying to figure out how I can hold the camera and open my gate at the same time here. So in this video, for this first video as like an introduction video, I think maybe I will walk you guys around and kind of introduce you to all of my animals, just so you can kind of see what I'm working with. Boots, do you want to come say hi? I got ducks out right now. Hi, Boots. Those grapes are not for you. Those grapes are not for you. Hey, come here, baby. So this is Boots. She has Boots. Oh, right. You horned me. So that's what her name is. She is my youngest kid. I have dwarf Nigerians and a dwarf La Mancha goat, and I chose to get a dwarf size just so that way it was easier for me to handle. I'm only 5 foot myself, so having full-size goats was rather daunting to me, especially not being able to pick them up or work with them. And I wanted to make sure I was able to do that. I had full-size goats in the past, and it just didn't really work out for me. And this was the first time that we've kidded, and so far so good. I have, how many goats do I have altogether now? 6. So I have my 2 female moms, the male billy goat, and then I have 2 female kids, and then a wether. This right here is Hansel. He is one of the twins from my La Mancha, hence the ears. La Manchas don't have like big droopy ears like most goats. They're just bred like that. That's not like they weren't cut off. That's just how they are. And we decided to keep him so that way I can keep the male goat with the daddy goat, so that way he's not lonely, because I don't want to have to worry about having kids all year long. And you have to keep them separated in order to make sure that they don't just, because he'll just keep breeding the females, and we don't want to do that. We don't want him to impregnate his kids or the mamas again, and they're pack animals, so you don't really want to raise them by themselves either. So we kept him, and the weather just means that we banded him so his balls fell off, so he cannot impregnate anyone, and then that way he won't fight with the billy goat, and he won't be lonely either. Excuse me. All right, let's continue on. The rest of the goats are kind of everywhere right now. I'm going to go ahead and just, oh, hello. You guys want to come back in? It is a muddy mess out here right now. As you can see. I got some grapes for you. You want some grapes? All right, let's go show love to the rest of the animals. I'm not sure if you've seen these pens in that last clip, but these are pens that I have DIY'd. Are they perfect? Absolutely not, but they keep my animals contained and safe. Here is my baby coop. Just as it sounds, lots of babies in here. These guys are just about old enough to be moved to another coop. And as you can see, the one further in the back, I have younger chicks in. And I just have the lid propped open. So if they're flying out, they can get out. They're big enough. It's fine. Turkeys here. These guys are only about 3 weeks old now. They are broad-breasted white turkeys. They will be for freezer camp. We will be butchering them. I ordered them off of a hatchery website just for that purpose. And here is my large coop that clearly needs to be cleaned. Don't judge me, because Mama will get to it. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, sir. Okay. Next page will be completely transparent. You will see my garbage and my messes, my failures, my successes, all that jazz, because let's face it, in the real world, when this is not my full-time job, I do not make money off of farming or selling livestock. This is me trying to live more self-sufficiently, more self-sustainably, that this is more of like a hobby. Yes, I do my best to feed my family from this homesteading life that I have created, but it is far from perfect. There is always going to be room for me to grow. Oh no, see, I forgot to turn the hose off. I gotta go back and shut it off. I'm overflowing the chicken coop. Well, that was kind of ironic that my water was overflowing as I was telling you guys that I'm not perfect. Anyways, you will see all my failures and my mess ups and my garbage and my trash, because that's just how my life is. And there is no way that I can teach you to work with what you have and work with where you are if I can't show the same of myself. So this is my garden right now. A lot of it is blooming and glorious. That is my dill. I did do it on purpose. I'm getting ready to harvest all of these dill seeds. As you can see, all the seeds on top are brown. They're ready to harvest. But you can also see I have weeds. There's random shit in the background. And then that's my aviary. Those where all my chickens are. And then I have my chaos garden. I have all kinds of things going on over here. So just remember, when you're on Pinterest or social media, that you're always going to be seeing the best of everybody. You're never going to be seeing the worst. So while you may see some of the worst parts of my property, or maybe some of the not so glamorous, it's just part of real life. And I feel like you guys deserve to see the real thing. How else are you supposed to grow and learn from other people if you don't see the ugly side of it? Because homesteading is definitely not all pretty and glamorous. Shit breaks. Things just don't work out the way you want it to. Animals get sick and die. You have bad days, but you also have a lot of really good days too. Well, I am actually getting rained on out here, which is fabulous. Like I said, we could always use more rain. Usually we are more under like fire watches and 110-degree weather, but I will just do a quick, see if I can show you. Looks like I got some piggies out in the pasture, and my cows are down yonder too. Well, I'm going to flip my camera here. All right. So there is one of my Mangalitsa red wattle crosses. Both males will be going to freezer camp this winter. And if you look way down there, that is Peaches. She is the female, and we're actually going to keep her for breeding purposes. You're going to come say hi, buddy? Hi. Hello. Oh, they all think I have treats. They're going to come say hi. They're actually pretty docile unless it comes to food and they start fighting with each other. And let's see if I can get a picture of my cows. I only have 2 right now. I do not breed cows. There's the other one. I do raise them for meat for my family. It's going to be the same with the pigs. However, when I go to breed Miss Peaches, we will probably be selling off her pigs, and then maybe we can make a little bit of money off of this homestead. I do sell some eggs and sell some birds every now and then, but it is definitely not enough to sustain my household. I do this mostly just so I can feed my family. You know, I raise my own livestock. I grow my own veggies, some fruits, and I try to preserve them the best I can so that I know what my family is eating. I know they're eating healthy. They're not eating chemical-filled junk that you cannot pronounce from the store, or eating bread that doesn't go moldy in a 3-month period. So if any of this is enticing to you, if you're curious whatsoever, give me a follow. I will be talking to you as a woman, busy, working full-time with kids, and I will show you how I make this lifestyle work for me. No, it is definitely not always pretty. A lot of time it is chaotic and loud and messy, and there's a lot of curse words, but it is also I don't think you can hear the baby goats. It's raining, so they're like, "Mom, it's raining." But it is also very rewarding, and it gives you the confidence in what you are doing, and knowing that you don't rely on the grocery store gives you a whole nother boost, I guess you could say. So follow me for more homesteading content for mamas, for women, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.